Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, I'm Estee and I make fitness and lifestyle content. And if you're not new around here, then welcome back, honeybee. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day so far. So today's video, oh girls, we're gonna have to sit right down for this one. Grab your pen, grab your paper, or get your notes out on your phone because I'm spilling all of my secrets, everything you need to know how to grow your glutes. I grew my glutes from this to this, and also I've proven my methods work by all of my wonderful client results, such as this one, this one, this one, and this one. If you're looking forward to this video, please don't forget to give it a like, stick around, come on, subscribe, join the party. I am a quad dominant girl, which means that normally all of the glutes exercises, the hip thrust, etc., I always just engage my quads. I never feel anything in my glutes. So honestly, even just this growth has been long, hard work for me. I could look at a leg extension, give it a cheeky wink, and I've grown quads. That is how responsive my quads are. It wasn't until I've come up with a little formula, which I'm going to tell you in this video, that is quite literally foolproof for anyone to grow their glutes. If I can grow my glutes, being a very quad dominated girl, and so can you. Before we go into it, I'm gonna have a cheeky little coffee break, so bear with me. No, this is a good video when I'm fueled by the caffeine. We're going to talk about nutrition first. One of the most important components of your glute growth journey. If your nutrition is not where it needs to be, you can do all the gym sessions, you can progress in your lifts, you are not going to grow that muscle. Now, if you didn't know, I hate to break it to you, but you cannot grow muscle being in a calorie deficit. Can't. Now, this can vary depending on the extremities of your calorie deficit. Like if you're kind of in a slight deficit, where you're more towards your maintenance, then yes, you can. But if you are in the 1,400, 1,600 calorie jail, the dump truck ain't dump trucking. It's not as simple as, oh, I'll just go into a calorie surplus. Wicked. Yes, being in a calorie surplus is important, optimal for muscle growth, for glute growth, but it isn't necessary. One thing that plays a big part in where you even start to determine your calories is your current body composition. Now, what I mean by that is, what does your physique currently look like? Are you somebody who's carrying a little bit of extra body fat, a bit overweight? Are you somebody who's underweight? You know, you're struggling to get your food in. Okay, all of these different factors have an important part in where you're gonna start off with your calories. For example, if you are somebody who's a little bit overweight, you know, you're carrying a little bit too of a high percentage of body fat, then before you're even thinking about calorie surplus, loading calories, you need to start off with a calorie deficit, a little dieting phase, because what you want to do is you want to strip down the body fat, and also you want to make your body more responsive to food. So when you've gone through that little mini phase, you then can start eating a bit more food, but also as you eat more food, you continue to get leaner. If you're on the flip reverse and you are somebody who has been trapped in the calorie deficit jail forever and ever and ever, you stop making progress, you've hit a plateau, chances are you need to step away from the calorie deficit and you need to spend some time at maintenance. Maintenance is really overlooked, and honestly, it is my favorite place to be. All of my clients who are wanting to grow glutes, they just hover at their maintenance, they're slightly above maintenance. No one is eating extreme, ridiculous surplus calories because it isn't necessary, especially as females. So don't overlook the maintenance phase. I get this question a lot where a lot of women are a little bit confused. How do you know if you're in a maintenance? Once you've used a calorie calculator online, once you've found out your calories, what you then have to do is you have to trial it out. Hit that maintenance target and see how your body responds. Now, a really good way to detect that number is your maintenance calories or not, if your scale weight starts increasing week by week. Being at maintenance calories, your scale weight should not be increasing that rapidly, if at all, to be honest. That yes, our scales fluctuate, especially as women, but every single damn week your scale weight should not be increasing. So if that is happening and you are on your maintenance calories, then strip the calories down a little bit, because if that is happening to you, then you're actually eating in a surplus. Now, a really big important factor when it comes to your nutrition is quality of nutrition. I know social media is full of, oh, if it fits your calories then it's fine. Well, I am here to tell you, as an experienced fitness fitness professional, that is a load of cack, okay? If you want to have a good physique, if you want to recover well, perform well in the gym, grow your blemming glutes, quality of your food goddamn matters. And what I mean by that, scrapping the processed nonsense, focusing 80 to 90% of your diet to be whole foods based. And make sure that your diet is high in protein as well. Obviously, that's going to help your recovery, your muscles recover, but also let's talk about the other perks: hair growth, nail health, skin health. It all helps. Now, if you want a little bit more in-depth example on the foods that you can eat that are classed as whole foods, I'm coming with all the goodies today, but I've actually created a free guide for you to download. It's all in there. It talks about how to become toned, how to grow your glutes. We've got some training in there, we've got nutrition advice in there, so everything is in there for free. Like I said, it includes the list of whole foods, breaks everything down, explains things in a lot more detail. If you need the extra bit of knowledge, then download the ebook that's in the first line of my description box, because it's for free, so why wouldn't you? And the final thing that I want to touch on in this video about nutrition is your nutrition timings. You should have your biggest carb meals pre-workout and post-workout. They are the most important times for you to eat the most amount of carbs. For obvious reasons, carbs equals good performance. I hate to break it to you, but there are no groundbreaking supplements that are miraculously going to make you grow your glutes. However, there are certain supplements that I would recommend, that I use and my clients use, that have helped support them in their muscle growth journey. My top 3 supplements to include in your daily stack if your goal is to grow your glutes. Number 1, creatine. Creatine is the most researched supplement on the market, and it has been tried and tested on athletes, and actual athletes use this stuff. Now, we have creatine already existing in our bodies. Supplementing it just helps boost those levels up a little bit, which in turn is going to help improve your performance and also improve your rate of recovery too. But be careful, make sure that when you are taking creatine, you are also drinking plenty of water. If you're not, then you will experience bloating, because creatine binds to water molecules, and obviously if you ain't got many water molecules, then it's going to cause a little few issues down there. All right, so make sure that you are on it with your water intake. Supplement number 2 that I would recommend is form whey protein. This is the nicest whey protein to ever exist on the planet of Earth. The most versatile protein powder that you can use. Don't rely on processed protein to hit your protein goal, okay? Make sure, again, rewind, make sure 80% of your protein is coming from whole food sources, your chicken, your beef, your eggs, that kind of vibe, okay? It's for them little extra bits, you know, when you're just missing a little bit of protein. Protein powder is a really, really good source for you just to whack in. Now, the best thing about Perform Whey, you can make it into a spread. You can just whack it on some rice cakes as a little pre-workout snack. You can, oh my gosh, you can whack it on Ninja Creamy and make ice cream. Like, it is the most fantastic formula to actually make stuff with. And the 3rd supplement I would recommend is electrolytes. Now, when you are sweating, when you're working out, you need more than just water. When you're sweating, you're losing electrolytes in your body. You need to replenish those. Water alone ain't gonna cut that. Add in an electrolyte powder. A really, really good one to do, I do this every morning, is I have my electrolytes as I've woken up. When you've just woken up, you're super dehydrated, so having that electrolyte powder in there just boosts that hydration up. It's almost like a quick ticket to hydration, okay? Now, if you don't have any of these 3 supplements, go and check out Elite Supps. On their website, they literally have everything you need to kickstart your glute growth journey. And also, I come with the best news ever, and my discount code ESTE will get you 10% off your order as well. Do what you gotta do and head on over there and have a browse. And a water break. H2O. Now we get into the nitty gritty. The exercising. First things first, let's talk glute activation. If you are somebody like myself who does not feel any glute connection when you are performing your glute exercises in your leg days, and before you jump into your session, you need to do some glute activation, which basically, in simple terms, we just need to get some blood flowing into your glutes, get them activated, get them woken the fuck up, so they are fired up and they're ready to go and kill the session. Otherwise, if your glutes are like mine, they'll just sleep dormant and they'll let your quads and your hammies do all the work, which we don't want. Now, glute activation doesn't have to take a long time, literally 5 minutes maximum, and then you go and train, okay? It should not take a long ass time because you want all of your energy to be focused on your actual training session. All you need for glute activation exercises is a booty band, banded squat pulses, banded crab walk, banded donkey kick, banded fire hydrant. Do that as a little circuit, repeat it twice, and you're good to go. Then, once you've done that bit, it's time to head into the actual training. Your exercise selection matters when it comes to wanting to grow your glutes. If your goal is to grow glutes and you are training push-pull legs, you're not gonna get them. You're not gonna reach that goal, I'm sorry. In order to achieve growth in any muscle group, you need to be training and targeting that said muscle at least twice a week. So that means, in simple terms, you need to specifically train your glutes twice a week. Once a week, you're not going to get the most results and it's going to take you twice as long. The type of exercise that you choose in your glute days are super important. On each of your leg days, you should have a hip hinge movement. So things like hip thrusts, RDLs, good mornings, hyperextensions, a unilateral movement, lunges, Bulgarian split squat, single leg press, a squat movement. So whether you do that on a barbell, whether you do it on a machine, whether you do it on a Smith machine, and an isolation exercise. So a cable kickback, abduction, etc. You need to have one exercise from each of those categories incorporated into your glute days. This is something that catches a lot of people out. Your training intensity is crucial on how much progress you're going to make. What I mean by this, simply going into the gym, half-arsing it, doing a few reps here and there, not really training that hard, you're not pushing yourself enough, you are not going to look any different. Essentially just wasting time at the gym. This is where you need to start pushing past your boundaries when it comes to your training sessions. Get a logbook, start logging your lift, because that will help you keep focus in your training sessions, but also you are going to be so much more in the zone. You're going to gain so much more knowledge from you tracking your own lifts. A lot of the time, you're not going to remember what lift you were lifting last week. So you need to have a little bit more structure when it comes to your progressive overload in the gym. This is the killer. Progressive overload isn't just the weights. It's your tempo, it's your training execution. So this is where filming your workouts is super, super important. And yes, it's scary. Yes, it's overwhelming. But honestly, no one actually gives a flying fuck whether you have got a tripod out at the gym and you're filming your exercises for you to look back on. Because a lot of the time, even for me, as somebody who has been training for years and years and years and years, I film my workouts and I look back and I'm like, oh, I literally had like another rep there, another rep here. It's about assessing your performance and actually understanding where you can improve and how you can improve. But a little tip that I give my clients is when you are performing an exercise, at the point where it starts to get uncomfortable, where it starts to burn, where you really want to just give up, say to yourself, one more rep, because the chances are you're gonna get one more rep, and then just keep doing that until you physically cannot move anymore. That way, you're gonna start understanding just how much your mind plays a crucial role in your training performance. And the final thing I want to talk about in this video is your rest and recovery. If you are somebody currently who is thinking, the more I do, the more I train glutes, the better, you are incorrect. Whilst training volume and training intensity is super important, so is enough rest. You need to have more than one rest day a week, okay, for actual sufficient muscle growth. Your body needs that time to recuperate, to recharge, and to repair your muscles, okay, from your training sessions. If you're not allowing your body to do that, then you're never gonna fully be able to push yourself in your gym sessions because your body is always bloody damn fatigued. Like, we are focusing on less training sessions, but high quality training sessions. You should be leaving the gym with nothing left in the tank. When you're doing that, you know you've created enough muscle stimulation, but also you are not running your body into cortisol hell by just not having any rest days. Now, I know a lot of gym girlies really struggle with rest days, and actually just the difference in routine that comes with rest days. Obviously, you're not going into the gym, can just throw a lot of people off. So my tip for you do to just actually make you enjoy your rest days a little bit more, use your rest days to sort your shit out, okay? My rest days is when I do my grocery? What am I, American? To do your food shop, clean your house, plan the rest of your week, go do some admin, go and have coffee with a friend, go to the sauna, go and get a massage, or literally get your steps in and sit at home watching Netflix. Like, all of these things you can incorporate into your rest days. And when you actually flip that mindset and no longer see rest days as like a sign that you're a failure and a weakling, you will actually low-key really look forward to your rest days. Rest days are my favorite ever, because by the point that I have a rest day, my body is crying out for that rest. It is like, S-day, when are we slowing the motherfuck down? Because we need a hot minute just to sizzle it out. So with that being said, make sure that you have at least 2 full-on rest days. Make sure you are using those rest days to actually rest. Of course, you can do some light exercise, so still get your steps in, still make sure your nutrition's on point, you've still got full control of that, just no hardcore intense training. And the final thing, and again a really goddamn important thing, is sleep. Make sure you are getting enough sleep, and not just enough sleep, okay? Quality of sleep matters. Now, how you can improve your sleep, a really big one, and this is like the best place to start, is just by having a set time that you wake up and a set time that you go to bed. And also not exposing yourself to blue light exposure. So get the phone away from your face, get the laptop and the TV away from your face an hour before you go to bed, and do something else. Reading. I know a lot of people are starting to do like coloring, which I think is really cute, but do something. Journal. You know, you can, a lot of people like to write a little to-do list of things that they want to get done for the new day. Something that helps you unwind. Exposing yourself to too much blue light exposure before bed, it isn't helping your body to wind down, and in fact it's actually triggering your circadian rhythm to stay awake, because that light in your eyes is telling your body that we need to stay awake. We don't need that. If you're someone who struggles with scrolling before you go to bed on your phone, on TikTok, whatever, put your phone away from your bedside table. I have a desk literally over there, so my bed is here. I put my phone on that desk. So number one, it's a little hack to get the motherfuck up in the morning when you don't want to, because you have to physically get out of bed to turn your alarm off. And obviously once you turn the alarm off, that's it. You don't even contemplate going back to bed. But also, it just means that you're not tempted to pick that phone up and start scrolling as you're trying to fall asleep. And make sure that with your sleep, you get at least 6 hours of sleep. Obviously, golden time, 8+ hours, whatever, but a really nice minimum amount is 6 hours. When we sleep, that is when our bodies are doing the most work when it comes to repairing your body, okay? Anywho, my darlings, that concludes this video. I wanted to keep things as concise and as in detail as possible. Don't know if I managed that. I don't know if I waffled too much, probably did. But the most important thing that I want you to realize from this video, where even by following all of these things, you are not going to achieve glute growth if you do not stick at it long enough. My results from this to this, 6 years of training consistently. 6 years. And that is coming from someone who only recently discovered how to activate your goddamn glutes, okay? So I wasted a lot of time not knowing what the fuck to do. Yeah, please don't look at this video and go, oh my God, if I do all of these things, I'm gonna get ginormous glutes in like 4 weeks. You're not. However, stick at it long enough, stay consistent, stay accountable to yourself, and you will get there. But other than that, my loves, that is everything. Hopefully this has helped. I think I've just given you the biggest brain dump of my life. So I hope this has helped you. I hope you've learned something from this video. If you did, do me a favor and give this video a like, and also subscribe if you are new. Without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.